There comes a moment in a woman's early 40s when she notices her skin behaving differently, almost as if it has begun speaking a new language. The changes are subtle at first, such as a little dryness here, a little sensitivity there, but they feel unfamiliar in a way that makes her pause. This moment often arrives quietly, without any dramatic shift in routine or lifestyle, and yet it feels significant. It is the beginning of a new chapter in the skin story, one shaped by hormones, biology, and time working together in ways most women were never taught to understand. And in that quiet moment of noticing, a deeper journey begins. Perimenopause is the earliest stage of this transition, and it often begins long before women realize it. Hormone levels start to fluctuate, sometimes unpredictably, creating a ripple effect throughout the body that touches everything from mood to sleep to skin. These fluctuations influence the skin's hydration, texture, and sensitivity, often in ways that feel confusing or inconsistent. Many women describe this stage as unpredictable, frustrating, or even alarming, especially when their skin begins reacting to products that once felt safe. But in truth, perimenopause is simply the body recalibrating itself for the next phase of life. During early perimenopause, estrogen levels begin their gradual decline, though not in a smooth or linear way. Some days estrogen is high, other days it drops suddenly, and the skin responds to these shifts immediately and visibly. Estrogen is deeply connected to hydration, elasticity, and collagen production, so even small changes can create noticeable effects. Women may feel like their skin is suddenly acting up, but it is actually responding to hormonal signals with remarkable precision. Understanding this helps remove fear and replace it with clarity. Estrogen is often described as the hormone of radiance because of the way it supports the skin's natural glow. It helps maintain moisture, strengthens the barrier, and keeps collagen production steady, creating the smooth, luminous appearance many women associate with their younger years. When estrogen begins to fluctuate, the skin loses some of its natural stability and begins to feel less predictable. This doesn't mean the skin is failing. It simply means it needs different support than it once did. The decline is gradual, but the effects accumulate over time in ways that can feel sudden. One of the earliest signs of hormonal change is a shift in hydration. Skin that once felt soft and supple may begin to feel tight, dehydrated, or unusually thirsty. This happens because estrogen helps regulate the skin's ability to retain water, and without consistent estrogen levels, the skin loses moisture more quickly. Many women in their 40s suddenly feel like their moisturizer stopped working, even though nothing about the product has changed. What has changed is the skin's internal chemistry, and it is asking for a new kind of nourishment. Dryness is often accompanied by increased sensitivity, a combination that can feel both confusing and discouraging. Products that once felt soothing may now cause tingling, redness, or irritation, even when used sparingly. This sensitivity is not a sign of damage, it is a sign of a weakened barrier. The barrier is the skin's protective shield, and when estrogen declines, the barrier becomes more vulnerable to environmental stressors and product reactions. Supporting the barrier becomes one of the most important steps in caring for hormonal skin. The skin barrier is made up of lipids, ceramides, fatty acids, and cholesterol that work together to keep moisture in and irritants out. When these lipids decrease, the barrier becomes less effective, leading to dryness, flakiness, and a feeling of tightness. Many women mistake this for dehydration alone, but it is actually a combination of water loss and lipid depletion. Replenishing these lipids can dramatically improve comfort and resilience, restoring the skin's ability to protect itself. As perimenopause progresses, collagen production begins to slow more noticeably. Collagen is the protein responsible for firmness and structure in the skin, giving it its bounce and smoothness. When estrogen declines, fibroblasts, the cells that produce collagen, become less active, leading to a gradual thinning of the skin and the appearance of fine lines. This is a natural process, not a flaw or failure. It is simply the skin adapting to a new hormonal environment. Collagen loss can feel alarming because it changes the way the skin reflects light, creating shadows and textures that weren't there before. Areas that once looked smooth may begin to look slightly uneven or less firm. But collagen can be supported through ingredients like peptides, retinoids, and vitamin C, which help the skin function more efficiently. Supporting collagen is about working with biology, not fighting it, and the results can be both meaningful and empowering. Another major change during this stage is increased inflammation. Inflammation is the body's natural response to stress, but during perimenopause, the skin becomes more reactive and more easily triggered. This can lead to redness, irritation, and slower healing. especially after breakouts or minor injuries. Many women notice that blemishes take longer to fade or that their skin becomes easily flushed. This is a normal response to hormonal shifts and not a sign of poor skincare. Inflammation also plays a major role in the development of adult acne, which often surprises women in their 40s and 50s. Hormonal acne is different from teenage acne because it is driven by fluctuations in estrogen and androgens. When estrogen declines, androgens can become more dominant, leading to increased oil production, clogged pores, and deeper, more painful breakouts. These breakouts often appear around the chin and jawline, forming a pattern that is unmistakably hormonal. Adult acne can feel discouraging, especially for women who never struggled with acne in their youth. But hormonal acne is not a sign of poor hygiene or improper skincare. It is a biological response to shifting hormones. Treating it requires a gentle, targeted approach that focuses on reducing inflammation rather than stripping the skin. Harsh treatments often make hormonal acne worse, prolonging healing and increasing sensitivity. During mid-perimenopause, hormone fluctuations become more pronounced and more frequent. Women may experience sudden dryness one week and unexpected oiliness the next, creating a sense of inconsistency that can feel overwhelming. This unpredictability can make skincare feel confusing, especially when products seem to work one day and irritate the next. But the key is understanding that the skin is responding to internal changes, not external mistakes. A flexible routine becomes essential during this stage. This is also when many women notice changes in texture. The skin may feel rougher, less smooth, or less even, especially around the cheeks and jawline. This is partly due to slower cell turnover, which is influenced by hormonal shifts and decreased estrogen. Gentle exfoliation can help, but it must be done carefully to avoid damaging the barrier. Overexfoliation is one of the most common mistakes women make during perimenopause. As estrogen continues to decline, the skin's natural antioxidant defenses weaken. This makes the skin more vulnerable to environmental stressors like pollution, UV radiation, and temperature changes. Supporting the skin with antioxidants becomes increasingly important, especially for women who spend time outdoors or in urban environments. Vitamin C, green tea extract, and niacinamide are excellent options for mature skin, helping protect collagen and reducing inflammation. Another change women notice during this stage is increased redness. This redness may appear around the nose, cheeks, or chin and may be triggered by heat, stress, spicy foods, or skincare products. This sensitivity is a sign of a compromised barrier and increased inflammation, not a sign of permanent damage. Calming ingredients become essential to restore balance and comfort. Women in their late 40s often describe their skin as unpredictable, shifting from dry to oily to sensitive without warning. This combination skin is a hallmark of hormonal fluctuation and requires a routine that adapts to the skin's needs rather than forcing the skin into a rigid structure. Listening to the skin becomes more important than following trends or strict routines. Flexibility becomes a form of self-care. During this stage, many women also notice changes in pore visibility. As collagen decreases, pores may appear larger, not because they are stretching, but because the skin around them is losing firmness. Supporting collagen can help minimize the appearance of pores over time, but it is important to understand that pore size is largely genetic. The goal is to support the skin, not chase perfection. Another common concern is dullness. The skin may lose some of its natural radiance due to slower cell turnover and decreased hydration. This dullness is not permanent and can be improved with gentle exfoliation, hydration, and barrier support. Radiance is a reflection of skin health, not age, and mature skin is fully capable of glowing beautifully. As women move into late perimenopause, estrogen levels continue to decline more steadily. This leads to more consistent dryness and sensitivity, creating a new baseline for the skin. The skin may feel thinner or more fragile, especially around the eyes and mouth. But fragility does not mean weakness. It simply means the skin needs more nourishment and protection. With the right support, the skin can remain strong and resilient. This is also when many women begin to notice changes in elasticity. The skin may feel less firm or less bouncy, especially along the jawline and neck. This is a natural result of collagen and elastin decline, and while it cannot be reversed, it can be supported. Ingredients like peptides and retinoids can help maintain firmness, but results take time and consistency. Patience becomes part of the process. During this stage, the skin's ability to retain moisture decreases significantly. This leads to dehydration, which can make fine lines more visible and create a feeling of tightness. Hydration becomes one of the most important steps in a mature skincare routine, and humectants like hyaluronic acid and glycerin help draw water into the skin. But hydration must be paired with barrier support to be effective, or the water will simply evaporate. Women may also notice increased roughness or uneven texture. This is due to slower cell turnover and decreased natural exfoliation. both of which are influenced by hormonal changes. Gentle exfoliants like lactic acid or mandelic acid can help smooth the skin, but they must be used sparingly to avoid irritation. The goal is to support the skin, not overwhelm it. Another change during late perimenopause is increased susceptibility to irritation. The skin may react to heat, cold, or certain ingredients that were once well tolerated. This is because the barrier is thinner and more reactive, making the skin more sensitive to environmental triggers. Choosing fragrance-free, gentle formulations becomes essential. The skin thrives on simplicity during this stage. As women approach menopause, hormonal acne may flare again. This is due to the final fluctuations in estrogen and androgens before hormone levels settle into their postmenopausal baseline. These breakouts can feel frustrating, especially when combined with dryness and sensitivity. But they are temporary and manageable with the right approach. Acne during this stage is a sign of hormonal transition, not a skincare failure. Inflammation continues to play a major role in skin changes during this stage. Chronic inflammation accelerates collagen breakdown and disrupts the barrier, making the skin more vulnerable to irritation and environmental stress. Reducing inflammation becomes one of the most effective ways to support youthful skin. This includes both topical care and lifestyle choices, such as stress management and sleep support. Sleep plays a major role in skin health during this stage. Poor sleep increases cortisol, which increases inflammation and slows healing. Many women experience sleep disturbances during perimenopause due to hormonal shifts, which can create a cycle of stress and skin reactivity. Supporting sleep can have a profound impact on the skin's appearance and resilience. This is why skincare must be viewed holistically. Nutrition also influences hormonal skin. Foods rich in antioxidants, healthy fats, and vitamins support the skin from within, helping reduce inflammation and support collagen. Hydration is equally important, as drinking enough water helps maintain elasticity and reduce dehydration. Small lifestyle changes can create meaningful improvements in the skin's appearance and comfort. The body and skin are deeply interconnected. As women transition into menopause, estrogen levels drop significantly and remain low. This leads to more consistent dryness, sensitivity, and thinning of the skin, creating a new hormonal baseline. But this stage is not a decline, it is simply a new chapter. The skin can still be healthy, radiant, and resilient with the right support. Aging is not the loss of beauty, it is the evolution of it. During menopause, collagen loss accelerates, leading to more noticeable fine lines and changes in firmness. But collagen can still be supported through skincare, and the skin remains responsive to ingredients like retinoids, peptides, and vitamin C. These ingredients help maintain firmness and support the skin's natural repair processes. Consistency is key to seeing results, and the skin rewards patience. The skin's natural oil production also decreases during menopause, leading to dryness and a feeling of tightness. Nourishing oils like squalane, jojoba, or rosehip can help restore comfort and flexibility. These oils mimic the skin's natural lipids and help replenish what the skin is no longer producing. They provide a sense of relief and nourishment that mature skin deeply appreciates. Sensitivity may also increase during menopause, making the skin more reactive to temperature changes, stress, and certain ingredients. This is because the barrier is thinner and more vulnerable, requiring more gentle care. Supporting the barrier becomes the foundation of skincare during this stage, as a strong barrier helps the skin tolerate active ingredients more effectively. Without a strong barrier, nothing else works as it should.